Howdy, fellas and fellows. So, welcome back to the channel. So, if you're new here, my name's Austin. My dad's name's Jack. Usually, we build cars, but I'm starting a new thing every Saturday. We're going to post one of these videos from Marketplace, hopefully helping you guys find your next project car. So, I figured why not start out since I'm working on a Mopar, working on the 74 Charger. Why not start out with Mopar? Because it's Mopar or no car. Now, all these cars are from Marketplace. I think I even got their prices in listed. If not, you guys can probably find them very easily. I don't know how many cars exactly we're gonna do, but let's get into it. If you're new, like and subscribe. I also want to start doing car memes, so a car meme review. So, you guys like this kind of content? You like car content? Subscribe. Alright, you guys. So we're gonna start out with a '74. I think this is a challenge Duster. Nope, it's the Roadrunner. Now this car is actually not a bad deal for what it is. A good friend of mine has a '74, which I think is the same car as this. I think this is a '74, listed for 8 grand, and it's an original 340 car. Personally, I like them, but only if they have that bulge hood. I mean, it's got some rust. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's a fixer. Definitely a project, but for I think 2,500 bucks, you can't expect much. I mean, especially in the world of Mopar, especially in the world of Roadrunner. Even though by this year, Road the really was just a trim level. All your performance stuff was pretty much gone by then. Now I think this has a 318 or a 360 in it. Can't really read that. That's going to be something for us to figure out how to do that in the future. Ah, here we go. '74 Dodge Charger. Now this is nothing special. It's not a rally. It's not an SE. It don't look like. Looks like it's just a no thrills, Charger. Which, hey, by all means, buy one. They're cool cars. They'll never be as worth as what a 68 through 70 is going to be worth. Just a bench seat column shift car. It looks like V8 car. That's not really unusual. Now we got a 71 Challenger. It looks like. Looks like it's got some rust. All overall, looks like a pretty solid car. It looks like it drives, which might be a plus. On that side, it's got some rust, but nothing unfixable, especially when it comes to Mopar. The trunk pan is in alright shape. No, here's a bunch of parts. Looks like we got a dash, we got some valve covers, some trim. Showing us the back kick panels, it looks like. And they look like they're pretty good shape. Showing us the floor, I'm assuming, or is that the seat? Looks like he's showing us the floor and the seat. And door panels, they look alright. Interior looks like it's driver quality. And really, that's all most of us are going to want is a driver quality car. And it looks like the floor pans are in pretty decent shape. It looks like the rockers are in good shape. Now you got 65 Plymouth Barracuda, $4,500. Overall, looks like another solid car. I'm not a big fan of these cars, but some out there is. Yeah, pretty decent shape. Ah, it's got a V8 under the hood, which was an option in these cars, I'm pretty sure. The interior is actually pretty nice in it. I mean, you had $4,500 and you just wanted to get into the world of Mopar. That's how you do it, is buy an A-body. Like a Dart or a Duster. Or in this year, Barracuda. I mean, the quarters are definitely going to need some work. I mean, it looks like it's a complete car, though. And I think that if I went back to this ad, he has a video of it running, so it runs. Now this is a '73 Dodge Dart for $4,000, 4-door. This one does run and drive. I remember seeing that he was driving it. So $4,000 for a running and driving, classic car, not bad. Some people will be turned off by the fact it's a 4-door. I don't really care. More doors, more horses, is what I say. But let's keep going here. It's not in horrible shape. Now this car, I think I remember this. This is pretty rough, but it is. I think he said an RT, so it's kind of rare and it's kind of worth, in my opinion, fixing. And it's not like totally beyond repair. It's gonna need sheet metal everywhere, as most old Mopars are. Definitely gonna need a quarter, probably a tail panel, probably a trunk pan, fenders, hood, maybe some working frame rails. He don't show frame rails, but I'm just guessing. Um, I don't know if I show the price on this. I think this was like $4,500, $5 grand, something like that. Which for one of these is pretty damn cheap. It's gonna need some work in that Dutchman panel area, and then there, yeah, it says it's art. It's a real RT, which is kind of neat. Um, Here's a '72 Plymouth Duster for $2 grand. Now, well, now for those of you who don't know, A bodies are special. It's my first Mopar. This one is fairly solid. It's got the usual tire, spare tire rust, and a spare tire well in the trunk. But overall, good car. And '72 is, in my opinion, the best year of the Plymouth Duster. 73, 72 are they look mean. Um, Looks like the fenders are in pretty good shape. It's slant six, which that just means you can put whatever power plant you want in it. Looks like somebody started painting it yellow, which I'm not a big fan of the yellow, but hey. Um, just your base interior, base bench seat, which none of that matters on something like that. Pull it all out, make it something special. Looks like a tote full of parts. Tote full of parts. Another picture of the bench seat. And what you guys could put bucket seats in the console, and that doesn't matter. That's what we're doing with the Dart. It was a bench seat, three on the tree. Ooh, God, that's trunk lid, which is that's a normal area for these Darts. Not that bad though, but Dart is kind of got the same thing going on in the trunk lid. The rear valence panel or the real tail light panel don't look bad. Spare tire rust, usual on these A bodies. Usual rust. That's nothing new. It's hard to find one that's not rotted out there. I don't. Couple pinholes, which a couple pinholes might turn into a lot of welding. Now, I love these cars. These Aspen Roadrunners. These things are awesome. They weren't really a Roadrunner. They were just a trim, but they're pretty cool cars. This one is a straight up drag car, which I don't mind. I mean, they're really cool cars, especially when you get them a bucket seat console or an Aspen RT. Those are my favorite. My good buddy over there at Actions Auto Parts, Jimmy Phillips, he's got one. He's got a really nice one. Looks like it's a probably 318 or 360. Somebody's made a complete drag car out of it, which is not unusual in these cars. Now for the deal of the, well, not really the deal of the day, but $10,000 for this '72 Plymouth Satellite. I used to think these cars were fucking hideous, but I've really grown to really like them. They're really unique cars and really cool cars. This one's got a big block in it, which I don't mind because it's a big block. Who would mind that? Looks pretty solid. I mean, it's a Mopar, so you're probably gonna need to put some quarters in it. It's an old car in general, but 10 grand, if it ran and drove, it's probably worth it. So, oh, and here's the deal of the day. This is a '72 Dodge Challenger for 5 grand. It's a pretty solid car. It's gonna need some rust repair, but I mean, for 5 grand to get a decent year of Challenger, that's not horrible. So, pause this and we're gonna talk. So now, which car would I pick? My pick would probably be one of the Challengers, as I already have a Charger, so the Challenger would be kind of cool. Really, any of them. They all seem like they could be good cars. If you want to check them out, you guys can find them on Marketplace. Um, if you're wanting to get into Mopars, what I'm going to suggest you guys do is find a Duster. Find a Duster, a 74, 73, 74, 75. I can't remember if they made them in 76, but something like that. That body style. You'll be able to find them cheap as hell. Because, again, well, they used to be cheap as hell. Now they're, a couple grand. But in the world of Mopars, they're cheap. And even if they're a slant six base, bench seat, 3 on the tree, I hate to say this because somebody's gonna like be mad that I said this, but they're kind of throwaway cars. Even a 72 is. They'll probably never be worth what like a Roadrunner, a GTX, a Super B will be worth. So nobody will ever be wanting to put them back all original unless there's something special, like a 340 car or something. If they're just a slant six, bench seat, column shift, then nobody's gonna put that back to factory original. Maybe in 100 years, if cars are still around by then. So that's what I would do. I would find me. Well, I have done that. I found. Well, it's been 7 years ago. I had a Ram Charger. I found a guy that. Well, the car just caught my eye. My uncle, Bub, he has a Duster, and kind of fell in love with that car. So I was looking for Dusters. Found a '73 Dart Sport from Texas, a Texas car, up here about an hour away from where I live in Indiana. So text the guy, offered him a Ram Charger. Yeah, I think I traded in the Ram Charger. I just traded in the Ram Charger. I've done so many William Nillens over the years. Jesus. But I traded in the Ram Charger for it. He couldn't get to run. He said he really didn't have time to mess with it. So I traded him the Ram Charger for it. It was a slant six, 3-speed on the tree that somebody had found an old, probably back in the fucking 80s or 90s. Found a Sears conversion shifter that goes on the floor. Hacked a hole in it and converted to a floor shift. Well, I think we had it for maybe a day, and Dad already had the slant six running. And at that point, I was like, you know what? I want to make this cool. These cars could have came with 340s and buckets and really hopped up cars. I was like, you know what? I'm going to commit the worst mistake, in my opinion, that I ever did. The injustice I did to that car by pulling the slant six out. And it took me probably 4 or 5 years because out of high school I didn't have no money really. So it took me 4 or 5 years to actually pony up, finding a K-frame, finding an engine, and all that stuff. And you guys have seen that slowly over the channel time period. And so you think, well, why are you saying you did an injustice, and then why are you telling people to do it? My injustice was this: that car ran and drove and stopped and all them things, and instead of me being a smart person and saying, hey, here's a time I didn't know how to drive a stick, I will learn how to drive a stick in this car. I'll just pony it around with the slant six and the bench seat. Austin decided to go fucking head first into a dry swimming pool and went down a rabbit hole that he shouldn't have went down at the time. The car has sat for 7 years, which is, I mean, it's sat, but it's had little things like we fixed the floors in it. I've built a pretty healthy 360 Magnum for it. It's got 727 in it now. It's got disc brakes up front. It's got bunches of shit. It's going to be a bucket seat console car now. It's had a lot of work done to it over 7 years, but it could have been driving while I found the V8 and built the V8. And don't do that. If you buy one of the slant six and the slant six isn't nuked in it, fix the slant six. Do whatever you got to do to get it running. Drive the car while you find the power plant you want and all that stuff. Oh, I forgot. That's not, my Uncle Bub's was not the reason why. Okay, that was part of the reason. The big reason was there's a show called Roadkill, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with. Ran for a number of years. One of my favorite automotive shows. I was never a big fan like Gas Monkey and things like that, but David Freiberger, Dulcich, and fucking Finnegan, I love them guys. Them guys are awesome. But Freiberger, Finnegan, and Dulcich had got this 72, I think it is, Plymouth Duster, and they took this 440 and shoved it in. Well, that was my original goal with this Dart that I got. I'd seen that, I was like, oh yeah, that sounds like a cool idea. I had a big block at the time, at 400, which if you haven't seen it, go check out that build series on that. I had a 400 for it, and I got to like looking at the car, and the car was too solid to butcher, and it was going to cost way too much money. So the next route is a 360 Magnum. If you guys are going to build an engine, build one of those. They're good engines. They're great. You get like 350, 400 horse basically on a stock body, man, with stock heads, just with like cam and little upgrades. But yeah, that's what I would start out with. Chances of most people being able to touch is even a third gen charger for anywhere under $5,000 is slim unless you find one that's really rough. So chargers, they're not going to be your entry level cars. It's going to be the cheap A bodies, the throwaway ones. and then you can slowly work your way up to, like I did, to a charger. And yeah. So if you guys like these videos, let me know down in the comments because I will keep putting them out. I'm thinking Wednesday or Thursday we're gonna have a meme review. We'll find as much car memes, and review them. Thank you guys for watching, riding out with me. Much love, you guys. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. My name's Austin. My co-pilot, my dad Jack, isn't here right now. But you guys like that? It's father and son. We build cool cars, bikes, pretty much anything with an engine besides lawnmowers. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Much love, you guys. Bye bye.